Hello, my people. So, I wanted to chat to you today. I wrote a post earlier in the day that was talking about this a little bit, but I wanted to expand in video because it's more fun. So, the topic for today is that the manifestation process involves fear. And the thing is that most manifestation teachers, people that teach about the law of attraction, people that teach about manifestation, people that teach about manifesting money, most of the time leave out that part that in the manifestation process, what happens is your demons and your shadows will rev up next level. So let's talk about that today. So Delon's here, Miranda's here, hi love, Amanda's here. Hey, if you're on live, hello, welcome. And if you're on replay, also let me know by commenting or posting where you're watching from or any questions or comments that you might have. So what do I mean by the manifestation process involves fear? Well, what happens in the manifestation process, so for those of you who are maybe new to the manifestation process, probably a lot of you are already working it in your own lives, but it's this idea that we have a goal or we have a dream, we have a vision, we want it. So we can visualize that, or we can feel the energy, we can feel the frequency of what it would be like to receive that goal that we have already in our lives. So we can feel the feelings before the external manifestation has happened, or we can journal about it. We can journal, I'm so grateful for XYZ that's already happened in my life. Or we can do ceremonies or rituals. Lots of different things can be a part of the manifestation process. So when we do that, what happens is we are, especially if we're doing the process of feeling those feelings in our body before we've experienced that reality, some interesting things can happen. So I want to share a story with you. Yesterday morning, I was doing this. I was doing an abundance manifestation session. I had my money book out. I'm working through this book right now, Money, a Love Story by Kate Northrup. And I was, doing some journaling, and I was writing and doing my affirmations and just feeling really like high vibe about like money and abundance and my life and expansion and what was possible for me. And I was feeling really, really good. And then I went out for a surf with my friend and hosted a women's circle at my house, and had this, like uplifting energy and uplifting day. But towards last night and then this morning, I woke up with a ton of fear in my root chakra. So for those of you who are familiar with the chakras, right, the root chakra is associated with money, with safety, with security, with our primal fears, with our ancestry. So why, after this sort of high vibrational energy from yesterday, was I, feeling all of this fear come up, right? And so when we're, learning about manifesting, or we're seeing different teachers talk about it, a lot of the time there's always that focus on, right? Focus on what you want, focus on what you're manifesting, get high vibe, be stoked. But often people don't really talk about what can happen after. So what can happen after and why I had those fears? Because here I am being in this expanded space of energy, but everything that's blocking me from being in that space energetically sustainably is now invited to come up and out, right? So Delon's here and saying, watching from Canada. Awesome. So everything, like I was saying, everything that is not in resonance with that expansive frequency is going to be pushed up and out, and it's going to want to be transmuted, is going to want to be felt. So that's what happened for me this morning. There was a lot of fear in my root chakra, felt like some ancestral trauma, right? We carry fears, we carry traumas from our ancestral lineage. Science is starting to figure this out, which shamans have known for many, many centuries, many, many thousands of years, right? So I had that come up, and I didn't look at that going, oh, what's wrong? I need to get back to my high vibrational state right away. Oh my God, like, get high five. I can't have this. If I feel my fear, then I'm not going to manifest what I want. So I need to like push it away and then try to get high vibe again. No, I want to hold space for that fear. And this is what I posted about earlier. You can find a written post from me today on this page if you're interested in how I moved through that fear a little bit more. But I held space for that fear, and I knew that it was a part of the process. That, because of what I did yesterday, there was some stuff coming up today that wanted to be felt. So I went and I sat with an ancient cedar tree, and I felt that frequency. I moved my body. I did some Kundalini yoga. I did some prayer, and I allowed that frequencies to start to transmute and integrate in my system. I don't want to push my fear away or try to get rid of it. My fear is not the devil. My fear is my unintegrated power. My fear holds energy that's key for me to use on my journey if I want to be my biggest and best self. So I need to make friends with my fear. I need to feel my fear. I need to honor my fear, and I need to allow my fear to move and move from a stagnant position in my body energetically, something that hasn't been looked at or felt at in a really long time. And I need to move that into the flow so that my whole being is starting to integrate that energy and allowing it to, like a river can move that stagnant pool of water out. So that's what I did, and I felt a lot better today. But overall, the point of this is just to honor that the manifestation process does involve your fear coming up. Manifesting your dream reality, manifesting these high vibrational, loving, open-hearted states of abundance, of joy, of connection will push up your old fears and anything that's not resonant with what it is that you're trying to step into. And that needs to be allowed. We need to have space held for that on the spiritual path. So I wanted to add my voice today because a lot of the talk around manifestation and around a lot of these teachers only focuses on that light, high vibrational energy. And in classic Beth style, I wanted to add my dark voice because I am a priestess of the darkness and I love the dark and hold it as sacred. But that's a whole nother video. That is a video. You can check them on YouTube. Talked a lot about that. And just honor and anchor in that there is, a little bit more real and gritty a part of the process too. And that's okay. That should be allowed. We want to hold space for that. And it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. In fact, it's a sign that things are moving, things are flowing. It's how we deal with that fear that really makes the difference, right? Again, we don't want to push that fear away, make that fear the devil, fight with it. We want to integrate it. We want to welcome it. The Rumi poem comes to mind if you've read that, when I think he said I had, these terrible guests coming through my house, but I sat them down all for dinner and invited them into my house. I invited them in to ravage me. I invited all of my energy in to integrate within me. So that sounds a little bit intense, but that's part of the process. And now I feel a lot better today, a lot more connected because I allowed myself to have that process. So that's my message for today. I also want to mention that I do have 80-minute intensive coaching sessions available with me this week to be purchased this week, but you can book a session with me anytime until February of 2019. So I work with your spirit guides and your angels in these coaching sessions. They're really potent, and I really highly recommend them if you're searching for some guidance in your life. I'm offering 2 different types of sessions. These are 80-minute coaching intensives. So either we're going to focus on your personal life, we're going to work with your spirit guides and angels, we're going to look at your 7 main chakras, we're going to see what's going on, and we're going to see in, like I said, Beth style, what's going on underneath the surface, right? This kind of a theme for this discussion right now. What's going underneath the surface? What are some blocks that I can see when I work with your spirit guides and angels that maybe you didn't even know were there that are preventing you from being in that manifested state of what you're going for? Let's sit down if you resonate with that, and I can really help you to move forward, clear out some shit way more quickly than if you were just trying to figure it out all by yourself. Hi, Nicole. Nicole gives us a heart. And I also have sessions. You can also focus this 80-minute intensive on growing your spiritually based business if you are someone who wants to share your healing gifts with the world and wants a little bit of help and momentum on how you can share your gifts. I come from 6 years of full-time entrepreneurship, and I also channel your spirit guides and angels in these sessions. So they're really potent. So really highly recommend these sessions. They're only available to be purchased until Friday of this week. And then the offer goes away. I've left a link to learn more and to book if you want in the title of this video. And again, you can purchase your session now, but you can save it for whenever you need it over the next, however long until February 2019. So these are one-on-one sessions. Usually you can only work with me in a longer term program. So this is for those of you who might not have been able to work with me in a longer term circle, or you didn't find the right one for you. This is, so we can connect if you resonate with me and if you want some fucking intense, beautiful power to switch up your life. Highly recommend these. Nicole says, come to Yuki. I'd love to do a session. I might be in Yuki tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. But I'll let you know if I am in Yuki, Nicole. So many blessings, lots of love. Thanks for tuning in. And just as a reminder, it's okay to have fear. It's a part of the manifestation process. It's a part of the human process. It's a part of the life process. How are we going to deal with that fear when it arises? That's what's key. And if you're getting kind of like, what the fuck with all these manifestation teachers that are always talking about like high vibe and high vibe and high vibe and high vibe and your mindset and high vibe and high vibe. There's also people like me that are also sane and also share the whole fucking story, which is important. That sometimes it's gonna be low vibe and we're just gonna have to deal with that and meet that and integrate that so we can actually be sustainable whole humans rather than just like off on just weird tangents. Okay, so much love, many blessings, and you rock. Bye.